Let your spirit rise.
I'm speaking with Reverend Dr. Shelia Hunt, and she is in to tell us all about the City-Wide Revival, which is an intergenerational, multicultural, regional, celebratory worship service with various forms of African American gospel music. And this year it's occurring May 7th and May 8th at 6:30 p.m. at Petra International Ministries, which is located at 325 Eastgate Drive in Pittsburgh. Shelia, tell me where that Eastgate Drive is.
Well, if you know where Frankstown Avenue is, or Frankstown Road, and it intersects with Robinson Boulevard, Eastgate Drive, at that intersection, turn to the right, and the next right is the parking lot.
Very easy to get to.
Right.
So tell me about, it's featuring a lot of different music and groups that are going to be performing. Tuesday night there's some hop, gospel, ballad, Pentecostal praise and hymn. And then on Wednesday, praise, worship, congregational singing, and hymn singing. But some of the folks that are going to be joining you are the Kappa High School Concert Choir and the dance troupe. So how are these folks going to be participating in this celebration?
Well, basically, they're going to do what they do.
Okay.
And so part of what we were doing when we came together this year, the committee, was we wanted it to be multicultural. We wanted it to be multi-generational. We wanted to be to also touch upon all types of African American sacred music. So yes, we have hip hop that's going to be a part of Tuesday night, and this is only Tuesday and Wednesday night. Then we have a gospel ballad, which is an interesting thing that is going to be a part of the time of worship. Pentecostal praise music. So it's all types of music: hymns, choir, small group, dance, and all of that.
It's a big space, or what's the space like that'll be where people are participating?
Well, it's a big space. I know it seats about at least 1,000 people.
Oh my goodness, it's a huge space. That's great. And has this happened years before, or is this the Citywide Revival sort of a new gathering of folks?
No, it's a new gathering of different folk.
Okay.
But it has happened over 50 years.
Really? Because I see that it takes place in Pittsburgh, but there are other cities that do something like this. So with the same goal in mind?
Not with the same goal. Ours is a little different. Yes, it is a worship experience. Yes, it's a worship service. Yes, we have guests, preachers that come in from out of town. However, in addition, our particular celebration is that we're celebrating on Tuesday night the positive aspects in our community of our young people and our young adults. So you'll see, that's why we have Kappa coming. That's why we have an ensemble that's coming that's made up of people from all over the community. So because we want to celebrate and affirm the positive, because as you well know, if you look at enough news, you would think there is no positive.
It's challenging.
And so we want to affirm the positive because it produces a positive energy, which in turns goes back into the community, sees greater possibilities and greater positive actions that take place.
So you have young people performing, but there are also scholarships that are awarded.
Correct. Every year we award scholarships. We try to do at least one 4-year scholarship. And then we have supplemental scholarships. And again, this year we're going to be awarding, I think, a total about 4.
Really? That's wonderful. Oh, my goodness. So also the preachers are both coming from Baltimore, Maryland. I think it's Bishop Lisa Weah.
Weah.
Weah, Bishop Lisa Weah, and Elder Justin Hunt. And have they been to Pittsburgh before, or is this their first visit?
They were were invited last year, and after they shared last year, everybody said, "Get them back, get them back, get them back." And what we tried to do is get a seasoned preacher, and also someone who's just coming on the scene.
Okay. Yeah, oh, that's wonderful. So you have the Kappa concert choir and dance troupe. There's also the Citywide Praise Ensemble, the Gospel Music Workshop of America, the Pittsburgh chapter, the First Baptist Church Penn Hills Music Ministry, the Shiloh Community Baptist Church Praise Team, and there are some compositions that are written by you? Or?
Correct.
So tell me about your compositions. I did not realize that you too were a composer and musician yourself.
Yes, the gospel ballad I wrote, and after an experience with a young person.
Really?
Right, a young person was going through a difficult time. I think they were junior in high school. They were going through a difficult time, and so after talking to them, their parents, their grandparents, and other helping adults, what happened is I was on my way home, getting my things together to go home, and these lyrics came to my mind.
Really?
And the lyrics are this: I've been searching. In essence, they were searching for love, and it eludes them. And that, but then all of a sudden, when we get to the conclusion of the matter, but it says, "But love lifted me."
Oh.
So true love eludes me all the time, and yet I only find trouble, confusion all around.
Oh, my.
But
But
when nothing else could help, love lifted me.
that is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful words. So you have that composition. What are some of the others that, because it mentions 3 compositions by you?
I think they're going to do Freedom, which is a fast, rhythmic, Pentecostal praise type selection.
Right.
And then what other? They did True Love, Freedom. One entitled "Oh How Pleasant It Is," and it's based upon in the Old Testament, the book of Psalms, Psalm 133.
Okay.
And the literal words say, "Oh how pleasant it is to come together, loving one another."
And that is what is happening next 7th and 8th, the wonderful Citywide Revival, which is occurring at 6:30 on May 7th and 8th, and it's part of the Petra International Ministries, which is located at 325 Eastgate Drive in Pittsburgh. I'm speaking with Reverend Dr. Shelia Hunt. Shelia, are you also a choir director besides a composer or a singer? What is your musical background?
What is my musical background? Well, I started playing violin
Oh, my.
because I wanted to be an orchestral conductor.
Okay.
But what happened is I began to, the more I played the violin, also, you know how it is in elementary school, everybody has to do everything. So I was satisfied being in the orchestra. But then they said, we need someone to sing alto in the school choir. I was like, all I sing is at church in our children's choir because my mother and my father make me. I mean, that's not my aspiration. And so I started singing in school choir because they needed somebody. And then eventually high school. And then when I went to college, I no longer played the violin. I decided against that. In fact, I went to college to be a corporate attorney. I did not go to be a musician.
Well, but you're a Reverend Doctor now at this point, so eventually you went somewhere.
Right. So I ended up changing my major after my first year at school, to the point because I would finish all of my work, all my studies, then I would go to the music building, sit on the floor, and listen to people practice.
Really?
I mean, people are at their worst at practice. But to me, it was so relaxing. I was like, I think I need to be a music major. And so that's what I did. And then not too long ago, well, really last week, April 26th, I was inducted into the Western Kentucky University Music Wall of Fame.
Congratulations. Tell me how that came about. That's wonderful.
Somebody nominated me. I was in shock.
That's great.
I have 9 recordings, and the Freedom, one of the songs that they're going to be singing, it debuted on Billboard chart at number 9.
Really?
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
Right.
Oh, that's great. And so there's that, and now a Hall of Fame in Kentucky. My goodness, you are a busy, busy lady. And how do you have time for something like this, the citywide revival?
Well, it's a year in planning.
Okay.
In terms of when this ends, the planning begins for the next year. Mm-hmm. So it's not all of this all at one time.
Right.
It's stretched out over 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit here, a little bit there, and then all of a sudden, it's the rush.
Right.
Hey, it's about to happen.
So you're getting ready for this, but what is your other time? How is your other time taken with what you do?
Well, how do I spend the rest of my life?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a grandmother of 4 musical grandchildren. I am what else? A wife. We celebrated 40 years.
Congratulations.
In 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I teach at United Theological Seminary,
Mm-hmm.
and I mentor individuals musically, theologically, socially. I spend a lot of time with teenagers
Mm-hmm.
and young adults.
Well, they sound like they're an inspiration to you.
Yeah, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Someone just asked me, you've done like all kind of choirs and all this kind of thing. What segment of the population do you enjoy working with the most? I said, I like working with people, period. But the thing that gives me that is working with teenagers
Mm-hmm.
and young adults.
Well, it's a challenging time to be a teenager and young
Mm-hmm.
adults these days. And it sounds like you are helping them, which is great.
In fact, when I did my second doctorate, it was in the area of mentoring of teenage girls.
Really?
Uh-huh.
So that's your second doctorate.
Uh-huh.
What's your first doctorate in?
Well, the focus of my first doctorate was ethnomusicology.
Okay.
The study of music and culture.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I did was I did a survey, and I did a literature review that started in Europe, and it analyzed and described musicology and how it came to the United States and the development of ethnomusicology as a outgrowth of the musicology movement of Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And so I dealt with the creation and development of ethnomusicology as an academic discipline in the United States. That's basically what it was.
Oh, my goodness. And the thing is, I'm looking at you across the console here, and you look like you're about 30 years old, and yet you say you have 4 grandchildren that are all...
And 2 sons.
And 2 sons who are... do your sons play an instrument or sing?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And what do the 4 grandchildren play?
Well, our oldest grandson is 10. He plays the saxophone and he sings. His sister is 8, and she sings and she writes.
Really?
Very good children's music.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She writes. And then I have, the next one up would be another grandson,
Mm-hmm.
and he plays the drums and sings. He started at the age of 2.
Mm-hmm.
He's a prodigy.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's great.
And then his sister she just turned 4.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks she plays the drums. She does, she can't reach the pedals, so when she plays the drums, her brother, he hits the bass drum.
Okay.
And then she can hit the other
All
drums.
the other drums. It sounds like you should all get together and sort of be a huge family celebration of music and performing and singing.
Well, my husband plays saxophone. And at Christmas time, my husband, our oldest son, he plays the keyboard, the piano, and organ, and then the 8-year-old's grandson that plays the drums. They always share music.
Excellent. So you are sharing music as part of the citywide revival, which is intergenerational, multicultural, regional, celebratory worship service. And it has lots of forms of African American gospel music, and it is occurring on May 7th and May 8th, and that starts at 6:30, and it will be at the Petra International Ministries, which is located at 325 Eastgate Drive in Pittsburgh. There's going to be music, there's going to be dance, preaching, the awarding of scholarships to several youths from the community at large, and the event is free and open to the public. That's the most important part of it, that it's free and open to the public. Anything else you'd like to add about how wonderful this event is?
Well, everybody's welcome to come.
Sounds great.
And it's, I know we're in the endemic now and out of the pandemic, but some of the residue from the pandemic is isolation. And this is an opportunity for us all to come together, doing something positive, having fun, supporting our youth and supporting our young adults and supporting each other, and just get out and do something.
Reverend Dr. Shelia Hunt, I can't thank you enough. My goodness, you are a fabulous lady, and congratulations, and looking forward to hearing and seeing the May 7th and May 8th city-wide revival. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Spirit rise, spirit